All right. So welcome. If anybody joins us, they join us. I am going to talk about what I talked about this morning, and hopefully it helps. So one of the things that I want to talk about. What? Someone say something? Okay. So one of the things that I talked about this morning is I talked about how I was listening to a book and it's feedback. Why am I getting feedback? Come on, internet. Be nice. Okay. All right. Hopefully it calms down. Okay. So one of the things I talked about was Big Al Schreiter, and that's a great author. So if you want to write that down, go ahead and write that down. He has written like 15 to 20 books, and they're simple and they're easy to understand, and they're actually in like story mode, which I really like because it's not just telling you what to do. It's like stories of what you need, like personal experiences, basically. So you can kind of input yourself into the story, which is really, really great. And so there's a book, and it's Sponsoring Magic by Big Al Schreiter. And he talks about how to start a brand new market partner or distributor. And the thing he talks about is he's like, you need to go, when you sign up a brand new person, you need to go with them to at least their first 4 to 8 or maybe even 10 appointments, meaning they have a person they want you to talk to and you go with them. So all they have to do is schedule a 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, and they don't have to know what to say. They just, get with their warm market and say, hey, I would love for you to meet with such and such. I really think you guys would hit it off. I really want her to tell you all about what we're doing. And we're just looking for those that may want to do this with us. It may not be for you, and that's okay, but I want to tell you anyway. That way you understand what I'm going to start doing. And that way it's like, they don't have to know all about the product. They don't have to know any of that stuff, how to wash hair, but you're going to set up appointments. And then you as the upline are going to go with them. And you're going to do these appointments. And you'll be the expert. And then when they have someone sign up, you'll do the same thing with their people. Okay. And this creates like kind of this duplication, which I really like. So I thought that was really cool. So you guys that maybe you're relaunching, maybe you're in new areas, maybe you want to build a team near you, this may be something that you can use. I also said that if you have someone that's in another area, you could do a Zoom call with them, the same, like invite them over for coffee and you make a Zoom for them and they, join with you, and then they're at your house, you give them coffee, and then you get your upline on the Zoom kind of thing, and or FaceTime or whatever. And then that way they see that this business isn't that I have to know everything, because that's the first thing someone asks when they have to do the business is they get freaked out because they think they have to know everything. And we know that's not the truth, right? So we want it as simple as possible. And I will tell you guys, the best time of my business when I was duplicating like crazy was when I was doing the group chats, because it was simple. Someone would have a prospect, they would add them to a group chat. I would talk to that prospect, kind of help warm them up to it and let them see, hey, when you join this business, this is exactly what we're going to do with your people. Anytime you want to share this business, you add them to a group chat. Right? And you have this like 2-on-1, and it's expert, and they don't have to know everything. Okay. And I just think it'd be cool if you did that. Okay. Maybe you want to relaunch your business. That's something that you can do with the people that are next to you. Say, hey, let's schedule a couple appointments with your people. I want to go with you to them. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you, and because I thought that was genius. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Like, when I sign up a market, that's what I want to do. So, and I wanted to even like even my people like Tony, you know, Tony, she's hit M&B and is kind of has to rebuild her team. And so, you know, maybe, you know, I could do that with you, Tony. You know, you could schedule a couple 2-on-1s, you know, and we can just launch that way, you know. I mean, that would be something, go to dinner or lunch or whatever, coffee, and just get a couple of those on the books, and I'll talk and you act like you're a new person, you know. So I think that would be cool to launch, right? So that's the first thing I want to talk about.
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So we'll get that going. So I think whenever you have things on the books and you have a calendar that's full, there's something magic about that. And I talked about how Julie, you know, the system that Julie had with the circle, you know, one of those things is events. You know, events, they build your business. They do. 1-on-1s, 2-on-1s, those are events. They're just a smaller event, but they are events, okay? And they're crucial for the lifeblood of your business, okay? So I thought that was really good. I wanted to share that with you guys, and so I'm going to get into the rest. So this book right here is Dare to Dream and Work to Win. It's by Dr. Tom Barrett. It's an older book. I think it was like made like, it's like big writing and stuff. So I think it was like made like, let's see, we're 1987. So 1987. So you can see like, yeah, it's a little older, but anyway, it's a great book. Okay. And so, and that's what I'm going to kind of talk out of tonight, so you guys can kind of understand. So, one of the things that I talked about was, let me get it here. Oh, let me see. Unmute everybody's recording. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was, hey, Tommy, hey, sister, was everybody has a clean face. I like it. Good job, guys. Like Tony's cleaning her face. Amanda's cleaning her. Tommy has a clean face. I have my mascara under my eyes. So, all right. So the 3 principles of network marketing. Number 1, consistent effort. Okay. Meaning when you start your work, and we'll kind of talk about that, we'll go into it, but when you start your work, you consistently do it. Okay. No matter what comes our way, right? You keep on doing it. Just like John Maxwell talked about when he was on stage, right? The hatchet, you know, like he's hatching, you know, go back and cut the same tree. Consistent action is crucial for your business. Okay. Consistent effort too, you know, putting that effort in it. Duplication. Okay. Duplication is huge for your business. And give it enough time. Okay. And I think so many times that's what happens. Like we don't give it enough time. And what happens, we get successful and then we fall back a little bit and it's like, crap, I have to kind of go harder than I did before. And that kind of sets us back a little bit. Well, that's totally normal. I want you to know that. That's so normal. And I talked about that this morning because I said, you know, here's the thing with my business and what I've seen in the 4 years. Pretty much every year has been something that I've had to go, okay, readjust, rethink, what do I need to do to go over this mountain, right? And it's like you're pushing the ball or the big old boulder up the hill or the car up the hill. That's what's going to happen your first 2 years of your business. Now, there are going to be times where you quit and you stop working your business for a month or 2. Well, just know that it's going to take longer for you to get going again. Okay. And a lot of us that happened to us. We know that the last 6 months were one of the most challenging things we've ever gone through as a company, I believe, and new market partners that came in during that time. Wow. Right. And I've told all of my newbies, I said, here's the thing. You have to know that you're going to be stronger than you were, most people were, because if you joined during that time, that means you're just going to be stronger on the other side. And you're going to have a more flourishing business because you fought for it. You kept going. So They remind us to work steadily and replicate our efforts and be patient. Okay? Mama said that there'll be days like this. Stop fighting reality. Accept it. Stay on task. Okay? Stop allowing things to take you back. Keep working your business. I've adopted this the last couple of weeks because I'm like, you know what? I want to get back to where I was. So I'm like, I am freaking burning the night oil. And I haven't been going to bed till like 1 a.m. I've been doing my, whatever I need to do. And I know I stay at home, but you know, things happen or whatever, get distracted. But I do my connections every single day. 10 connections on Facebook, 10 connections on Instagram. I'm making these connections every single day. New people. So if you want to know how I do that, I can kind of help you guys see what I do for cold market. Tommy does a really good job too. It's a process and it takes longer. And we've talked about this. It takes a lot longer when it's cold market. So this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is why a pack horse is better than a racehorse. And you saw a lot of racehorses in the last year and a half. And guess what happened? They went off the track and they couldn't regain. Okay. I want you guys to go fast, but I also want you to have be a pack horse. Okay. Because you're like, I can do this, right? Success in network marketing is more about tenacity than talent. No matter what, don't quit. Don't try to go to another company because the grass isn't greener on the other side. You're just going to be faced with the wall the same way you were faced with the wall in this company. The same crap that you're working with this company, you're going to have in that company. And what is the difference between someone that is successful and someone that is non-successful? Is the successful do it anyway. They keep going, even when they feel like, I don't know if I can do this. So another thing is that you are who do you look at in the mirror every day? You. And that's the person that you have to fight every single day. Okay. Wealth comes from depth and depth comes from duplication. Duplication comes from having a system. So keep the system simple. Wealth is not accidental. Okay. Measure time in the business like a pilot. Hours logged. The one who shows the most business presentation wins. Stay in, because you don't want to just make connections. You want to get to a point. There's so much time for rapport, but there's also a time where you have to ask the question. Okay. Be your own worst boss. Associate with a positive group. Okay. Don't be with negative people that don't get you. They don't understand what you're doing. Okay. Okay. Another thing that we tell ourselves is I'm not worth this much. When you do start making money, this is a lie that you tell yourself that you're not worth it. And I did that to myself. When I hit my biggest check, I literally put the brakes on because I was like, whoa, I can't. That's crazy. And that's not even like as crazy as it gets. But for me, I was like, I'm making more in a month than I made in a year as an RN. Like that for me was like, what? Okay. And so I quit on myself. I did that. Okay. I want you to understand this. You are paid. This is what you're paid for. A lot of people say, you don't get paid time for money. And that's hard for people. They don't get network marketing, right? But you are paid for staring down fear, ignoring fatigue, fighting loneliness, pushing through discouragement, and walking by faith. You are paid for putting your dreams out there, putting your security on the line, and only those who have been there understand that being an entrepreneur is like a modern day hero. You deserve everything that comes your way because you have worked more and put in more things than anyone will ever understand. Okay? There may be a year that you don't get paid, but let me just tell you right now, there will be a year that you get paid and you'll go, I'm doing the same thing I did the year I didn't get paid. Okay? And that's when you realize and you go, whoa, this is crazy. Okay? So, but here's the thing. Most people quit before they get to that point because that year of not getting paid, they're like, I'm in, I'm good. See you later. Bye-bye. So they never get to that year of doing the same thing and getting paid a whole lot. Okay? So what's it worth to you? Is it worth it to you? Okay? Those who grow their business consistently and effectively will see financial returns more than anybody else. Their businesses are generating revenue at a level they find acceptable. This level of income will vary rep to rep, but the psychic rewards are similar. There is a growing sensation of confidence, of momentum, of determination, right? And doubt is replaced with certainty. The vision is bigger, the task is easier, and the work is more profitable and enjoyable. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. A lot of people, what happens is this. Okay, let me give you a reality check so you can kind of see. Okay, there are 3 stages to your network marketing business. Number 1, okay, people who are in stage 1 earnestly attempt to grow their business and will inevitably have moments when they think it's not worth it. Raise your hand if you've ever thought that. Yeah, I've had them. Okay, I've had them multiple times, believe me. Okay, I'm like, it's not worth it. All right. But I want you guys to understand, you guys know that the penny doubled, right? So the penny doubled over 31 days. The penny doubled over 31 days turns from day 1 is one cent, right? Like, whoo, I worked my business, 1 cent. Okay. And then you look at day 7 and you get 64 cents. Man, I've been working my business a week. I get 64 cents. Now, I think a lot of us are like, yep, been there, right? I got $1. I mean, I don't even get $1 after a week, like 64 cents. Come on, I can't even get through the turnpike with that, right? Okay. And so stage 1 looks like this. And I wish I could show you guys, but it's not really good photo. But so maybe I'll take a picture and put it in Shampoo Tribe. But I really like it because it breaks down the penny doubled into these stages. So the first stage is it's not worth it stage, okay, is from day 1 to day 19. How much money are we making on day 19? $2,000. Okay, still people are thinking it's not worth it. Do you know how much crap I have to buy? You know how much time I put in? You know how many parties I've had, right? $2,000. Woo, right? Then stage 2, we enter into 5,000. Like, oh, it's worth it. Okay, we're in the it's worth it stage now, right? And we're on day 20. Okay? And then we go to day 24, we're at $83,000. Okay, that's day 24. Now, most people will keep on going on that. They're like, okay, all right, we got this, right? And then stage 3, which is the one I was in, and it was, I'm not worth this much, right? Day 25 is $167,762. Okay. And then I was on day 26. Okay. And that was $335,544. That's how much my income was last year. Okay. So day 27 though is 671,000. Okay. Now what I'm telling you guys is day 31 is $10 million. And this is only a week here difference. Do you understand what I'm saying? So who would work hard for 17 months and be satisfied with a return of $655? Well, some of you've done it. I'm looking at some of you guys, okay? I know you, great. So no one, right? No one. People don't keep going in stage one because they're satisfied. I mean, come on, right? They keep going because they have a dream. They're not looking at the money. They're like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to keep going forward, okay? They are living in entrepreneurial time with a vision of 2-100 or 2-1000. They can see around corners. Their association with the positive reference group sustains them while they wait for their hopes to become reality. They've surrounded themselves like this right here, right? Like we're crazy because it's 9:30 at night and we're talking on a Zoom, right? Like people will be like, I'm going to sleep. You guys are crazy. You know, you're taking your makeup off on a video. Like you're crazy, right? Like they think we're nuts. But we have a dream, right? But the common mistake that most people make is this. In stage one is to judge its effectiveness by linear income, right? Time for money. That's what we're used to. They slip back into the bureaucratic time zone, right? And they begin to look for a direct correlation with the amount they've worked and the amount they received. And they go, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to go to another thing because that looks like it may pay me more, right? No. So how do you get through it? Two things. They accept this as an unavoidable aspect of doing this business, and they apply many of the concepts we have been discussing thus far. Two things allow them to stay focused and committed while pursuing 2 or 3. Okay? And that is this. As soon as it gets difficult, many of them quit or they go looking for a new deal. Remember I said they go looking for a new deal. Okay? Those who go looking for a new, better, easier deal is called chasing fool's gold. Okay? They live with the myth that they are going to get something for nothing, right? That there seems to be a never-ending stream of new network marketing opportunities, which prey on those who have little knowledge that a big business takes time. They're like playing Monopoly. They keep waiting for something to immediately collect $200, right? I mean, everybody likes that, or get the jackpot. It may happen in board games, but it does not happen in network marketing. For those who become involved in network marketing that have naive expectations, there are 2 choices. They can adapt or they can exit. And a lot of people choose to exit. Okay? So, stage 3 is what I was talking about with stage 3. And that is, I'm not worth this much. Okay? And I want a lot of you guys to make it to that. Okay? That's why I'm on here with you. All right. We're going to make it there together. I don't care if I have to drag you. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's talk about the next thing. So the coolest thing about systems is that there is a system that we have at Monate, right? But there's also McDonald's has a great system. And I love it talking about it because they give their people a track to run on. And Lily's worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's. Like, it was simple, man. It was like, you knew what you had to do, it was all lined out for you. It was like colorful on a chart, it was like push this button to get a hamburger sold, like it was so simple. And that's the thing with McDonald's is that they sell a store, right? And then they train the owner and they teach them to operate the store. Okay. And then they open the store and they implement the training and then they establish the store with ongoing training. So I think we can learn something from this, because our sell a store is meaning we get a brand new distributor, right? And we treat them like they're a brand new McDonald's. And we train them to run their business, okay? And then they have someone that open and they start running their business, and then they train someone else, and that's how it duplicates, right? So having a system coupled with a commitment to the ongoing success of the store is what ensures McDonald's success in thousands of future sites. Through a well-developed system that is successfully duplicated, they now have a worldwide customer base that trusts them to have a predictable and consistent level of quality in service. Okay, so as leaders of a growing team, we must see well beyond the point of sale, like McDonald's. New reps, especially those with no experience in network marketing, will look to us. Okay? New reps, especially those who have no experience, have decided to get into business. Their thinking shifts. What do I do with this business now that I'm in it? So we have to give them tracks to run on. Okay? So view each new rep that comes into your business as the equivalent of a new store or franchise. Okay? Those individuals who grow their businesses by teaching their team a system that is duplicatable will be the ones who experience the power of exponential growth and residual income. You have to give your people tracks to run on. When successful, this process repeats itself all the way down to the bottom of your organization. Okay? So when you teach your new person, I told you guys, to do a 2-on-1. Well, what is happening with that? That means that you're teaching your new person exactly how to do the business. That's why I love doing the group chats. If you have a brand new person that wants to talk about the business, you say, hey, I don't know if this is for you or not. No big deal if it's not, but I wanted to see if you'd be open to checking out a video. They watch the video, and then you're like, how did you, what did you love about it? And then they tell you, and you go, oh, awesome. And do you have any question? And I'm like, well, I want to invite you to just meet this girl that's actually been successful. She's a mom. She stays at home. She actually was a nurse, like And you put them on the group message with them. And then I'm able to talk to them as a third party. Okay. Never make yourself the expert. And I think that's what happens with the breakdown of the network marketing, because you're making you the expert. You're not the expert. If you make yourself the expert, your new person thinks that's what they have to do. So if you're spouting all these questions and all these answers and all these things, that's why it's a good idea to do a tool. Use tools when available. If you were to ask a multi-millionaire in network marketing, go, so tell me what the pH of the scalp of the shampoo does. They're going to go, I don't care. Here's a tool. Like, they're not going to answer that, because they know that if they are the science person, the person signing up is going to think they have to know that. And what does that do? That slows them down, because they think, now you will have green personalities that love that information, and that's perfectly fine, but you want to find a tool that you can use, okay? So that's why I love 3-way phone calls or 2-on-1s or group chats, okay? If they begin with adequate momentum and proper direction, they are most likely to succeed in this endeavor, okay? The first hours and days in a new rep's business are vital. So that's why I said, if you have a new person that signs up, immediately say, hey, let's meet with your top 3 people. Let's have coffee with them. Let's have lunch. Okay? All right. So create, and I love this. It says create a simple document that you can give to your new people, which we have a book that Monate gives, and it's the Getting Started notebook. Okay, very simple. And you can schedule a meeting with them and go over. Or what you can do is get your upline on a Zoom with your new person and have them go over it and teach them, this is what we're going to do with your new people, you know, so they can meet their support, so they can know that it's more than just me. Okay. And if you haven't been doing that, that's okay. You can always start over with the new person or say, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. I may have dropped the ball a little bit, but let's go back, okay? So it helps your new reps know what to immensely know immediately upon the business. So that's why that book is so important. It increases your effectiveness as a leader. You're able to give reps very specific focus and action points, and it allows you to determine how serious your reps are. Here's the thing. This is why you give your people something to do. Because if they do it, then you know you have someone that wants to work. Okay? All right. So when leaders design tracks to run on, it reduces their business to the simplest form and the most important action points. The result is significant. It will infuse your organization with not tender, loving care, rather the ability to teach, lead, and coach. You want an Lily, that's a really big, huge unicorn. Hey! Hey, girls. Cutie cuties. But you need to know, you have to teach, lead, and coach your team. Okay? When you are too good, your team isn't good. You got to know that. Like, you guys know when people are like, oh my gosh, Jessica, I'm like, no, it's not. Like, stop. Don't do that, because I don't, it's like, I'm just Jessica. Like, you meet me, I'm not anyone. Like, I'm just like, oh, she's awkward. I mean, Tony knows. Look, I mean, you all know me. Like, you're like, yeah, she's pretty awkward. I mean, Tony really knows because she went to high school with me. So she really knows how awkward I am, right? So if I can do this, anybody can do this, okay? So that's important. So we really want to get that down, okay? So this month we have some things going on, and I'm really excited about it because there's some really awesome stuff on the table with the top 100 market partners, right? That's really cool. And the VIPs and the product pack, the 5,000 again for managing market builder and associate market mentor. And then you have the, and that, you guys know that's for November and December for that 5,000. So that's huge. So huge. And then Black Friday is at the end of this month, and it's huge. Last year get ready for that. So what I'm going to suggest, if you get people in the pipeline now, start talking to people and feed them to that, because that's going to be huge. Okay, so today is the only day you can shape, manage, and control. You got to get your day under control. Okay, stop procrastinating until later. Your business isn't going to grow itself. You got to win the daily battle, right? Like every single day is a battle. It's like, okay, what's going to happen today? So while you pursue your dream and grow your business, inertia, okay, so inertia is like in physics class. It's an object at rest remains at rest, but an object in motion stays in motion. Good job. Good job, class. Okay, so inertia. Oh, sweet girl. Love it. Okay. Inertia is huge. Okay, so if you're in motion, meaning you're working your business and you're going and you've been doing it consistently and you're showing people the presentation, there's only so much that you can connect. Let me say this again because I want you to hear it. There's only so much you can connect with people. You have to show them what you do. You can't build a team if they don't know what you do. Okay? So you got to show them what you do. All right. So while you pursue your dream and grow your business, inertia will tempt you to remain at rest because you will get success and you'll go, oh, I can quit for a little bit. No, you can't. Keep going. Okay. And I've seen that, guys. This last year, momentum quit. Okay. And it was because people stopped working. Okay. So now we're going to have to work twice as hard to get that momentum back. Okay. So it will weave a spell that makes inactivity and procrastination seem like the most plausible and rational course of action. And this temptation, while always present, is remarkable subtle. It will never ask you to blatantly abandon. You could be working your business for a year and then you stop working your business for a month, you won't see it. You stop working it for 2 months, you won't see it. Guess when you'll see it? On that third month, it will come to a halt and you'll go, crap. And that's what happened. You guys notice January, February, March, we didn't see the stuff that happened. Our numbers were still growing. But then what happened in April, May, June, we saw that 90 days. Like literally all of us were freaking out as directors. We go, oh my God, what happened to our volume? Someone took it. It's because of that. Okay. Quit working. So it will never ask you blatantly abandon your aspirations. Rather, it quietly suggests that activity and exertion only for the moment is okay. Certainly what is important today can be acted upon tomorrow. So ignoring what needs to be done just makes your business quit. I mean, it just slowly creeps. Okay. So learning to overcome the initial allure of inertia and inactivity will allow you to enjoy the satisfaction of achievement and success. The more you experience this satisfaction, the easier it becomes to win the battle against inertia. Success and energy do not begin working for you until you win the daily battle of overcoming initial inertia, right? Like that first month of working. It's going to be hard, but keep going. Okay, sometimes the most difficult part of any endeavor is even those we enjoy is simply getting started, right? Like working out. You're like, I need to work out. And then you're like, I don't want to work out. And then you're like, I need to start working out. And it's really hard to start working out. But then once you get in the process of working out, you feel good and you keep going. You want to go, right? And that's the same thing with your business, okay? So success and energy do not begin working for you until you win the daily battle of overcoming. Okay. So for example, years I've enjoyed running and all that good, awesome stuff. It is not remaining. The hardest thing of working out is tying my shoes, right? Like the mind game that's going on in your head. So once I get started, I'm absolutely delighted that I made the right decision. Okay. So in growing your business, accept the reality that dealing with inertia is a fact of life. It is the reality that will never go away, and the battle will be won over and over again. Make the decision to let your life dreams and goals be a deciding factor in the management of daily life. Okay? So one of the most important aspects of network marketing is that you have it on a part-time basis. Okay, remember that. That is the most important thing that you can say. Okay. Imagine working part-time for someone else in a traditional business setting. Let's say that they were only working 20 hours per week. Even though you would only be working half-time, your employers would not expect a 50% reduction in your work quality. They would expect you to high quality at your part-time basis. So be sure to expect the same thing in your business. Don't let the luxury of being your own boss and setting your own goals and work be a license for sloppy work. Keep working your business. Okay? Your dreams, just like your life, are simultaneously your privilege and responsibility to manage. Okay, last thing. You are stronger than you know. Okay? One individual who stands out I want to read this story to you. It says, a woman that stands out in my head is a girl named Susan Butcher. I admire her for the clarity of her dream and her willingness to do whatever it takes to be her best. She is a world-class musher, which means she races dog sleds. As a musher, she holds 9 speed records. 4 times she has won one of the most grueling tests of skill, courage, and stamina ever conceived in the history of competition. She races in the Iditarod. I don't know. It is a, how do you say it? Does someone know? Because I can't.
Iditarod.
Iditarod. Thank you. I don't. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It is a race that's held every year in Anchorage, Alaska. Okay, no thank you. And it continues. I can't even go outside right now, like seriously. Continues over 1,100 miles to Nome, Alaska. Okay. What? It's crazy. Okay. Susan told the story of one of her recent races. She was in the lead for the 40 miles to go, and at this point, another musher finally caught up with her, and then he passed her. She wanted to press on and retake the lead, but she was too tired. Total exhaustion had taken its toll, and fatigue had become her dominant reality. Her focus began to slip, and she began to compromise her dream. And oh my God, I love this, guys. Listen to this, because we all do it. She told herself that coming in second would be okay. She found brief comfort in conceding first place, yielding it to her fatigue. It would be so much easier. But then, briefly amazing, her mind cleared. She remembered that she truly wanted victory. She recalled the words of an old Alaskan sage who told her, there are many hard things in life, but there is only one sad thing, quitting. Okay? Oh my God, I can't read tonight. Hello. Someone say that to me. Heroically. Thank you. Good job, Jessica. Anybody can do this business. She began to manage her thoughts and emotions rather than letting her manage her. Suddenly, she dug deeper into her inner self and she had ever done before. She told herself, I did not spend nearly 2 weeks racing in 40 degrees below, 40 degrees below zero weather with only 2 hours of sleep per night to come in second place. I did not travel over 10,000 miles via dog sled this year to prepare for the race in order to come in second place. I did not breed, raise, and train 150 dogs to come in second place. I did not feed my dogs 5 times per day and take 5 to 7 different teams of dogs out every day to come in second place. I did not just race over 4 mountain ranges, 170 miles of ocean, and 150 miles on the Yukon River to come in second place. I have dreamed and trained and worked to become a winner. With a will to win that was unflinching, she got off her sled and ran the rest of the 40 miles. In the process, she recaptured the lead and won the race. Now it is your turn. It is game time. And as a coach, I have only one thing to say to you. Dare to dream and work to win. Okay? Now, if this freaking lady, seriously, like if she can run in the 40 degree, you guys can work your network marketing business, okay? Come on. But I love that quote that she says, and I'm actually going to write it down and post it because I love it so much. And she says this, she says, the sage that told her said, there are many hard things in life, but there is only one sad thing, and that is quitting. Because you will always wonder, what if? Always. Okay? And I know every single face that's on this video right now, like I know that you have what it takes in you. And I know it's going to take resolve, and you may have had some hardships, you may have had some stuff, but there's a reason why you're on the video tonight, right? Because you have what it takes. I believe in every single one of you. And I know that we can do this. Okay. So I appreciate you guys getting on tonight and listening to me ramble. And hopefully it was helpful. 2 of you got on it twice, so hopefully you got some stuff from it. Right? Hopefully. But you guys, if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself.
Jeremy says thanks for believing in him.
Oh, we believe you and your weird. So anybody else have anything they want to share before we get off here?